I'm Leanne Park, and one interesting fact about me is that I actually named myself Leanne when I was in first grade, because I moved to America from Korea when I was 2. My mom named me Amy. I guess I didn't like it, and I changed my name to Leanne officially, legally.
I'm Frank, and interesting fact, I do fashion. I'm a fashion designer.
Hey everybody, I'm Kendall Long, and I have a little co-host with me today. It's the first time he's in the podcast studio. This is Little Pistachio, and he's chewing away on his bones, so he's quite occupied. He's here to assess and to be my little Cupid here on Down to Date. I have Frank and Leanne here with me in the studio, and we are going to see if they are a match made in podcast heaven. Are you guys ready?
So ready.
I think I'm ready.
Oh, yeah. All right. So the beginning of this podcast is just a little thing I do for you guys to get to know a little bit about each other. It's your entire life story in 1 minute.
Oh my God.
I know. In as much detail as possible. So
in
you'll be
much
surprised.
detail as possible.
You'll be surprised how long a minute can actually be.
Oh, okay.
Wow, I think you need a game plan for that.
Yeah.
All that in 1 minute?
Yeah, I'll give you some time to think about it. Leanne, you can go first, because I feel like you're on it. I feel like you're on it.
I like the way you think.
Yeah.
I like the way you think.
All right, Leanne, 1 minute on the clock, your entire life story in as much detail as possible. On your mark, get set, go.
Okay, well, I have lived in LA my whole life. I went to high school with Kendall in the Valley, and then I went to USC, graduated with a communications degree, went into the workforce right off the bat, but after a year, I was like, I'm so bored, I can't do this anymore. Decided to pursue acting. So I quit my job, have been pursuing acting for the past 3 years, but now I also work as a digital media editor at a radio station, and so I feel like I live a double life. Is my minute still going on?
27 seconds, you got it.
You're doing really good, though.
I'm like, what else can I say? I have been single for a couple months now. I am 26, about to turn 27 in March, and what else can I say?
You're pretty good. You got 6 seconds.
I feel like I've said all the important things.
One more interesting thing.
That's my life.
That's a good little button at the end of it. That's my life.
That's how I ended it. Yep.
Nice.
Good way to cap it off. Yeah,
All right,
for sure.
Frankie, did you have some time to think about what your entire life
didn't.
story was?
I
in
was
a
being a
minute?
good
He was
listener.
mesmerized
You know
by
what I
my
mean?
story.
Yeah, it was
see.
very fascinating, and I wanted to feel like, okay, I could reciprocate something after she says whatever she was going to say.
Yeah.
So I was
Hey,
like,
you have a lot to live up to, okay? You have
I
a minute
know.
on the clock.
I was so good. I mean,
Yes. All right, a minute on the clock. On your mark, get set, go.
okay, my name's Frankie, or Frank, and I'm 28 years old. I do fashion design. I'm a self-taught fashion designer. Oh man, I skipped all of my upbringings.
You're like, that's it.
That's about
Snap,
it.
fashion.
I grew up with my my mom and dad. I grew up in South San Francisco, and then I moved to LA when I was like a year and a half ago. So I haven't been here my whole life like you, but I'm loving it so far. It's very interesting, amazing people everywhere I go. So
Just run out the clock at this point.
oh yeah. Are we there? Oh, what else? Yeah, I do acting too. Just like side gigs, just to kind of like it's like it's so much fun, and then there's like it's like easy income rather than like fashion design. You have to build so much before you could get like any type of money. So I do that too. And that's
Man,
it.
that was
That's
a
me.
lot in that last few seconds. I was
Wow.
impressed. I
had to make up for all the laughing in the beginning.
You're right. A minute is actually kind of long.
It is
You
a
know,
lot.
when you're
I
right
thought
on
it would
the
be too
spot.
short, and then I was like, wait, what else can I say to fill up the space?
Right?
Yeah.
I feel like maybe I should give you guys bullet points in order to fill up the space.
No, it's funnier, though.
I like putting you
It's-
guys on the spot, you know?
I know.
I
You know
got
what I
you.
mean?
I
Like,
got
yeah.
you. First impressions. All right, so next, after that little minute story time, we have the jar of questions you never want to bring up on a first date.
Perfect.
Oh, perfect.
I'm going to really
What could
mix
go wrong
it up
here?
I know,
here.
what could go wrong?
Right? Okay, Frank, I think you're going to go first because Leanne went first with the story
Yeah,
time.
it's only fair.
Oh, ignore
It's
this.
only
Okay.
fair.
All right, here we go.
So I just pick it out, read it out
Oh,
loud.
yeah.
I
Read
think
it out loud.
Is that two? Oh, no. Okay. Do you think a part of your personality needs to be improved?
Ooh.
So do I need to answer that first?
Yes.
Sure. I think that would be so arrogant to say like, no, I'm perfect in every single way. I mean, I think like sometimes I get like too probably like upset about things. Like I need to let them go and just like move on with my life. Like, oh, is it really worth being that upset because I got gum on my shoe? You know what I mean? Like stupid things. Like why would I?
Actually, it is worth it to be that upset.
She's like, what are you talking about?
How about you, Leanne?
Yeah, I think sometimes I can get very defensive over things that like some people might like make a joke. And then I might kind of be like, wait, did they mean it as a joke or did they mean it seriously? And then I can kind of like be defensive, whereas they might be like, wait, that was a joke. So yeah, I feel like that's something I could probably work on.
Everything I say now is gonna be like, that was a joke, by the way. Because like I'm the most sarcastic person. So
no, I can handle sarcasm, but I feel like sometimes like people.
But you get it. I'm pretty clever.
I do that too, though.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I get to a point where I make like an enemy in my head.
Me, I think I do that
where I'm
too.
like, and the person probably has no idea. I'm like,
Oh,
this person's
God.
trying to bring me down. Like I don't know. It could be some kind of defense
that's
thing.
literally what I do.
I do get there. All right,
Yeah.
Scary.
Leanne, your turn.
Good to know, though.
I know. Now he's like, I can't joke with this girl now. Are relationships really over, or can your ex be your friend? Okay. Wow. I actually am a big proponent of like, or I'm a big what's the word? Like I like being friends with my exes. That being said, I don't think my exes can necessarily be friends with me, but I would be down for it.
What?
Yeah.
I don't even understand that. Right? wait. So you could be
No, okay, like I'm like, hey, like no hard feelings. Like, you know, we can be friends. We can text sometimes. We can whatever. If we run into each other, it's not weird. Like
Okay,
we can follow
gotcha.
each other on social media. It's fine. Whereas I feel like sometimes my exes are like, no, this is weird. I
Right,
can't
right.
do this.
The
Yeah.
other ones that maybe were a little bit more hurt in the
Yeah,
situation.
yeah. But I
Right.
would be down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about you, Frank?
get
What do you
that.
think?
Yeah.
Friends with your exes.
I think it to like what extent? Because like that's I mean
BFF
Like you
might
said,
be a
like,
little
I
too
couldn't-
much.
Right.
It's pushing the envelope.
yeah, like I mean I don't know, like there definitely would have to be like really strict boundaries, I feel
That's
like.
fair.
But yeah, like for sure I try to be like I would never want it to be like how you said, like if you're walking down the street and I see you, where it's like
Yeah.
I don't know you.
Yeah, I've been in that
Yeah,
situation
yeah,
before.
like-
It's like the most awkward, like nerve-wracking thing.
It's like I've met your mom.
Yeah.
Talk to
Like
me.
we used
small
to know
world,
we
like
used
you
to know
run
everything.
into people like
Right.
no
It's
matter
like
where
we
you
used to
are.
know everything about each other. Now we're complete strangers and now it's weird.
Somebody
That's-
that I used to know.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's
right.
awkward.
All right, Frank, here you go. If you dare.
With the
Dun,
green.
dun, dun.
Are they like? Is there a reason
Everyone always
behind
feels
the
like
color?
there's like a No, I just like colors. I just put so many.
Okay.
You know. Everyone's like, ooh, the red ones are really difficult.
It's just prettier. Yeah.
Oh, this is a tough one. What is the hardest thing you've had to go through?
Ooh.
Man.
He's like, do we
what
have
do
time?
what do I want to share?
What do I want
I
to
mean-
share?
Yeah, I know because like, man, not to be like too sentimental, but like maybe like a parent like passing away, like that's tough. Like my mom passed away, so that was like
Oh,
really
okay.
hard for me. That was like one of the hardest things I've ever had to do.
Yeah,
with.
no doubt.
Yeah, so I mean,
I'm so
sorry to
sorry.
depress you guys.
No, no, no.
No, but it's like I
It's a
don't.
huge
I
part
mean,
of what makes you who
else?
you are.
I don't even know like what else I would like.
I feel like that's
Yeah.
a big, yeah. I feel.
I
Like
mean, it's
that's-
accurate, but it's like not really
How old
for
were
the
you?
internet. I mean, it just happened. It was probably like a year and a half ago.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
wow.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
So tough. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay. I mean, I have such a strong like family connection that it's been like, easier than I think if I was just by myself and
Oh,
I had
yeah.
to just like, like try to hold in all those feelings. Like I always have my sister to like talk to. So, yeah. I mean, I have a good life. Don't.
Yeah.
But it's
don't
amazing
pity
to
me.
have that strong support.
But yeah,
in, like,
it
an
was tough.
instance
Oh, yeah.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, how about you, Leanne? Anything? What's the
Oh
hardest
my
thing you've had to
God.
go through?
See, I've never lost a parent, so I can't even imagine how hard that must be. But I actually, I mean, and now it's like this does not compare, But I had a huge falling out with like my core group of friends, just in 2019. So like this past year. So pretty recent. It was a couple months ago.
That's really tough.
They were like my friends since like elementary school, junior high, high school. Yeah, so just something happened and we disagreed on something kind of big, and I feel like my point of view is they all kind of turned their backs on me, I mean, there's two sides of every story, but yeah, I kind of had to walk away from an entire group of like best friends.
What happened?
It's such a long story.
Details he wants to
It's to put it short, and again, I guess two sides of every story, right? But like my side would be, I was going through a really hard time in my life. Like it was like my lowest point, and I felt like they really weren't there for me.
Yeah.
And like I said, I felt like they turned their backs when I really needed them the most.
Yeah, I felt like that before.
Yeah.
That's tough.
It was really hard. And it took me like months to get over it, you know? So yeah, that was
Understandably, because it's like your family.
literally my family. Like they were my core group. And like thankfully I have a lot of other friends besides them, but it's not the same, you know? Because they were like my best friends since like childhood.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I've had that where it's been like a complete shift in the people you surround yourself with.
Complete shift. It like, not to be drastic, but it really changed my entire life. Yeah.
Yeah. It does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that does.
It changed,
100%.
So, I mean, again, luckily I had other friends. So it's not like I lost all of my friends, but it was definitely hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you guys both opening up to an
I
extreme
know.
level.
We're
We're
so
gonna
intimate.
we're gonna
Oh,
say
man.
goodbye to this jar. This jar is
That was
dangerous.
exciting.
I feel like I know you so much better.
All right, next, after this break, we are going to be going to game time to lighten the mood up a little bit. Guys, stay tuned.
Okay.
It is that amazing pocket of time where all the holidays are happening between Thanksgiving and Valentine's Day, and romance is in the air, engagements are happening, and now you have to plan an entire wedding. So just when you think your brain's about to explode with all the craziness that a wedding is, in comes Zola. Zola makes wedding planning easier and less stressful with wedding websites, registry, invites, and a guest list manager all in one place. Literally, it's tied up in a little cute bow. You just really can't ask for anything better than that. Also, you get free wedding website designs, so you can really personalize it to your individual style. You can put your own text there, you can put your own pictures there to really just make it your own, which I think is super, super amazing. Also, they're the highest rated registry of all time, and they have some amazing things on their registry. I took a little look at it, and I absolutely love all the cooking stuff that's on it. I've been really getting into like Italian cooking, and they have pasta makers. And I have taken a pasta making class, but I think it's really time that I bring it into the kitchen and do it myself. And so that has definitely piqued my interest, and you best believe that will go on my wedding registry. Plus, they have beautiful, affordable invites and paper, and all of that can match your wedding website. Plus, they'll help you collect addresses and track online RSVPs with their free guest list manager. I think one of the most hardest things about planning an entire wedding is the guests and who's coming. I have a friend who used Zola, and it literally made it so easy for them to tell who's coming, who's not coming, how many plates of food do they need to have. I mean, these are huge things, especially when weddings are super expensive and you don't want to make extra plates if you don't need to. So Zola tracks all of that for you. Zola has helped 1 million couples get married. They'll help you too. Go to zola.com/long today and use promo code SAVE50 to get 50% off your Save the Dates. You can also get a free personalized paper sample before you purchase. That's 50% off Save the Dates at zola.com/long, promo code SAVE50. All right, everybody, welcome back to Down to Date. I'm here with my little co-host, Pistachio, and he's going to help me with game time. So I'm going to have one of you guys spin the wheel of games, and whatever it lands on is the game we're going to play.
Oh my God.
You ready? All right. I think, Frank, would you like to give it a spin?
Sure.
Categories.
Categories. Ooh, okay. I'm so excited that you got categories because this one never comes up. All right. So you guys have played categories before.
I don't
Basically,
I don't think I have. I'm not
Wait,
familiar.
can I just say real quick? I noticed like rap battle on there.
Oh, rap battle's dangerous.
That would have been like.
You're
Oh,
secretly
you will lose.
hoping for rap battle.
Oh my God, no! I was like rap battle.
All right,
else
so
is there?
there's
Okay,
a lot
go
of dangerous stuff on this. The categories is one of the least threatening. So categories basically is I'm going to give you a category. Let's see, mythical creatures, and you each have to go back and forth and name a mythical creature. And if there's 3 seconds of a delay, then the other person wins.
I feel like I might be bad at this.
I couldn't name one mythical
That's
creature.
what I'm saying. I'm like,
Oh, God, there's so many mythical creatures.
But then, like, I feel like when you're on the spot, all of a sudden,
Yeah.
All right.
And not only that, like, I feel like if there was a mythical creature, you'd be like, oh, I could just make this up and no one's going to know.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Right?
You
That's
cheated.
we're
true.
gonna find out. All right,
Okay.
Leanne, you're gonna go first.
Oh,
Are
no.
you ready?
Okay.
Go.
Yeah.
Mythical creature?
Oh, like
Yeah.
mythical. Oh,
Name one and then go back and forth.
Loch Ness monster.
Abominable snowman.
Bigfoot.
1 Mississippi. 2 Mississippi.
Dragon.
A mermaid.
I don't know.
1
A talking
Mississippi.
snowman.
2 No,
Lose.
come on. That was the shortest game. Okay.
Okay,
we'll
mythical creature. I
do a
don't know
different
any
category.
mythical-
How
Wow,
about-
maybe I'm better at this than I
How
thought.
about cereal?
Okay.
Cereal's an easy one. That's a go-to.
Okay.
All
All right, Frank, you're gonna go first. First cereal.
Captain Crunch.
Fruit Loops.
Cheerios.
Wheaties.
Lucky Charms.
Cheerios.
Frosted Wheats.
Honey Bunches of Oats.
1 Mississippi. 2 Mississippi. 3. I think you just lost both the categories.
Yeah,
I
okay,
think,
I think I
wow,
lost.
And
I guess
I'm good at
you are the queen of categories. You
I guess
officially
I
dominated.
did not realize how good I would be, apparently.
Should we dare spin the wheel again?
Yes. Oh
Leanne,
my
would
God.
you like
So.
to spin?
Rap battle? Please don't land on rap battle. Oh. Creative battle?
Creature battle.
Creature battle. Okay.
All right.
Oh my
I was like
God.
creative.
Creature battle. All right. I like creature battle. Creature battle is one of my favorite games. Pistachio's like.
It looks like it's
I think
Pistachio's
Pistachio
favorite.
likes it. I know.
He loves this game as well. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a group of cards. This game may sound familiar to you, but one set of cards is creatures, the other set of cards is attributes.
Okay.
And so you're going to get 1 creature card and 2 attributes, and you guys are going to go in a mythical battle against each other with your
Okay.
2 creatures. All right.
A lot of mythical creatures.
Yeah, I know.
Guys,
That was the theme of this.
I
Yeah.
love mythical
You were inspired,
creatures.
for
I was
sure.
actually. Maybe I was like thinking I really hope they got the mythical creature one. All right, so let's see. Okay, so you can't look at the cards. All right, you're gonna go first, Frank. Frank is picking his card.
I can't look.
You could look.
Oh.
Leanne. All right. What are your guys' creatures?
Abraham Lincoln.
Perfect. Abraham Lincoln. How about you?
That's an insult. He's a creature. That's a
know.
raccoon. A
Raccoon.
raccoon.
Oh, it's not looking good for you, Frank. It's
I
not.
know, right?
All right,
I don't know
choose
how I'm gonna
2
win this.
attribute cards.
Oh, that was a really cool one that I got.
Ooh. All right. How about you?
All right.
All right, our creatures have been selected. Name your creature and the attribute.
Okay, I got a raccoon and I'm an airbender and I can also summon infinite trampolines.
Wow.
All right.
All right. Well, I'm Abraham Lincoln. Throws bears. Throws bears. Can turn invisible while whistling.
Ooh.
Wow.
Oh.
That's ironic because I can't whistle.
Oh, well then maybe.
You might be in
right.
trouble here.
I
So
know.
giving your creatures, you guys will each go into a battle and try to have your mythical, magical creature win.
Okay. So
All
we
right.
got to kind of like spell out how
Yeah.
this battle's going to go, right?
Yes. All right, so Frank, go first. Why is your raccoon what is it? Airbending raccoon that can summon infinite trampolines. Why is he going to win?
Okay, so you're Abe Lincoln, right?
Yes.
So my airbending is going to like blow like the top hat off of his head. And then he's going to go running for that. But see, I could summon infinite trampoline, so he'll fall on the trampoline and then I'll bounce him out into like the ocean or something. Yeah, beat that, Abe Lincoln.
It's very, how do I top that?
Maybe while you're running for your hat.
I will throw a bear. Actually, okay, while I'm running for my hat, I will whistle and turn invisible, and you won't be able to see where I am. And then all of a sudden, I'll throw a bear at you, but you won't know where it's coming from because I'm invisible.
Oh, dang.
And then you won't be able to summon trampolines anymore because I'm invisible and you can't even see me. And then the bear will.
Oh my God.
You're
Yeah.
making Pistachio nervous.
I know.
I can
He's like,
feel it. He's getting
"Bears?"
nervous.
Am I supposed to go back after
Yeah.
that?
Come
Okay.
on, you're gonna take that? Are you gonna take that?
I would say that I don't know how strong my airbending skills are, but maybe I'll airbend a bear away from me, and then I will escape on a trampoline that I summoned by bouncing over a
away.
fence. I'll bounce on over a
So your
fence or
tactic is to
something.
run away. Interesting note. Leanne, how do you rebuttal that?
Wait, if he runs away, am I winning?
He's bouncing over the fence. He can't
You're
take
bouncing
I
it.
over
think
the-
I'm
But
defending
you're running
myself.
away, so that means I win, right?
Ooh.
I don't think so.
I think
Maybe
so.
you have painted yourself in a corner, Frank.
Yeah, because now you're running away from the fight, which means you're like forfeiting, right?
I see it more as like when you pause a video game and then like you go to get something to drink and then you come back and then you're like, oh, I'm ready to go. Yeah,
Wow.
I see it more like that.
I mean, I guess wherever you are, I'll just follow you.
I'm gonna throw another bear at you.
I'll be invisible. I'll keep following you around and keep throwing bears.
I don't know. I almost feel like it must be an automatic forfeit because Frank, you did run away.
Yeah.
All right.
You did
I
run
ran
I
away.
have to agree,
So
Kendall.
Leanne, I crown
So are you up?
the
So
queen.
it's 0-2. Okay. I
Yeah.
gotta win this next one.
0-2. All right. Well, we're not going to be playing.
Okay, so I just lose.
Game 10
Never
anymore.
mind.
You do lose, unfortunately. Next, you guys are actually going to be doing some question asking of your own.
Oh.
In front of you, there are a group of flashcards with some questions on them, and you're going to be interviewing each other back and forth. I want to make sure that you both answer each question. So I want both of you guys to answer the question that you ask. I am not going to be here during this segment.
Oh.
Pistachio needs to go on a potty break, so I will be right back and leave you guys to your own devices.
Wow, these questions. Okay, we'll start off easy. What were the first 3 things you remember wanting to be when you grew up? 3 things.
I wanted to do fashion, but like I just didn't even think that was possible.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be a football player, and I wanted to probably like a scientist.
Oh.
Yeah.
Those are all so different.
Yeah, I had a big imagination.
Awesome. Well, it's cool that you're doing one of the things that you wanted to do.
Yeah, that was the one I wanted to do most too, but it was just like I kind of had it like on the back burner because I was like I can't do that. And then I was like, oh, I guess it's a little bit more possible than I thought.
Yeah, I actually know exactly what you mean by that because I was the same way with like acting.
Uh-huh.
So when I was younger, the first thing I ever wanted to be when I was like 5 was I wanted to be a singer. And I still love to sing, but that's like what my entire life I was like, I want to be a singer. But obviously it's so hard to be a singer, whatever.
Yeah.
But here I am pursuing acting because I also wanted to be an actor. So I just like grew up wanting to be in the performing arts. I wanted to be a singer, an actor. And yeah, my entire life I thought like those weren't possible, you know, because it's like 1 in a million chance.
You know what I mean? And then
right.
when you get to LA though, you see like so many possibilities. So
Yeah.
it's just very
Wait, did you move
interesting.
to LA because of fashion or like you were here and then you decided?
No. I moved here
okay.
strictly for fashion. But I mean, like, obviously, like, I'm enjoying myself too. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
like I mean, I always liked it here. Like,
Mm-hmm.
whenever I'd visit or like even just like seeing it on computer, like
yeah.
TV or
on
whatever.
the computer, Googling
I'm
Los
like,
Angeles.
it looks cool. You know, you just fall in love. You like fantasize about like these like cities or whatever, and then like
Well, it's
when you
funny
go
because
there,
I've lived here my entire life. You know what I mean?
So
it's
it's
like
to you, it's
interesting,
like-
right?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
your perspective of like
Yeah.
LA versus like I've been here. You know?
yeah. So the love is gone with you. You don't.
The love isn't gone. It's more of like, I think people come here like starry-eyed and they're like, oh my God, like.
Oh, I see a lot of burnt like souls. Like they're just like crushed. Is that what you meant?
No.
Oh, 'cause I see
no. I
that.
mean the opposite.
You
a
mean
lot
like-
of hopefuls.
Oh, okay,
Because
okay.
they're like, I came to LA because maybe like they're like the big fish in a small pond.
Yeah, yeah.
So they come to LA and they realize everyone else is also a big fish.
Right.
Right? You know what I mean? So I see a lot of
Gotcha.
those.
I see that too.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
inspiring. I don't like being around too many downers.
Oh yeah.
But like I also like to uplift people, so it's like a constant like.
Well, I think maybe because I grew up in LA, I'm more realistic about things.
Right.
Versus like someone who came to LA with
Definitely
that
an
dream.
advantage. Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. But I still didn't think it was possible, you know, to
Right.
pursue those things. But then I guess the third thing that I wanted to be, but I think I only wanted to be this for like 3 seconds, was a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I have another one actually. I wanted to be a TV host.
Oh, that would be so cool.
Which is kind of similar to acting anyway, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like the same deal. I
yeah,
feel like
they're
a lot
all
of them.
performing.
Yeah.
It's like you're in front of a camera.
It's
So I
funny
wanted
that
to
you
do
mentioned
those.
like singer though, because like I always like really admired it, but like I can't sing like whatsoever.
Really?
So I just lip sync.
It's like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. I mean, now I'm not pursuing it, but like I sing all the time.
Yeah.
Like all the time, yeah.
Okay, I got a question for you.
Awesome.
Wait, hold on. Let me see if this is the one I want. Okay, that was a really fun.
Well,
one,
either way, you have to
obviously.
ask me later anyway, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one is how do you think your friends see you?
That's so funny because I'm like, well, my high
Yeah,
school
yeah.
friends now, they all hate me, I'm sure.
Not those friends.
Yeah, so my friends.
Yeah.
I think, oh my God. I don't know. I think they see me. Okay, hopefully
How
they
do they
see
see
me.
you now that you're on this show, though? That's the real question.
Oh my God, they're like, why are you no? Oh my God.
Like, we disown you now. Like,
No,
if there was
no.
any...
They're probably gonna get a kick out of this. I think my friends probably see me as like aspirational, a dreamer for sure. Maybe like tough on myself or like an overthinker because I think I am those things. I also think they see me as confident, very social, outgoing. Yeah, I think those things. I mean, it's hard to say,
Yeah, 'cause
Again, I hope they see me in these ways,
yeah.
but like, who knows? Yeah, and maybe I would say like honest, and I hope they say I'm a good friend.
Yeah, and beautiful.
I know, and
rich,
amazing. I mean, yeah. What about you, though?
I think my friends see me as a risk taker. I think they see me as genuine.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah, genuine risk taker. I think sometimes I think a little bit irrational too. Like sometimes my friends kind of see that, like especially like fashion is like not like a typical choice that like people go down. So I think people definitely see me like as a bit like, okay, what is he gonna do? You know what I mean? Like so irrational too at times, if I'm gonna be honest. And I think that's about it. Yeah.
Those are pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of any more. So
yeah, I know. That's what you're like. How
It's
do
t-
my friends think of
yeah.
me? Yeah. Yeah, but those
That's
are
a tough one,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. I think that was like my easiest question.
Potty break's done.
We're actually doing fine or no?
Yeah, bye. I'm here for the rest of date one.
I know. She's like, I just needed to check to see.
All right, so after you guys got a little more in depth of those questions, it's time for honesty time.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to speak to Leanne first. Frank, would you mind giving us some privacy?
Sure.
Oh, okay.
Honesty time. All right, everybody, I am here with Leanne, and we are going to be getting down to the nitty-gritty with honesty time.
Oh, God.
All right, so I want to know your first impression of Frank.
Okay, first impression. I think he looked really nervous.
He was a little nervous.
Yeah,
he was.
I mean, and I was nervous too, so that's totally fair. I think he seems really nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely opened up like a little bit later, like
Yeah.
through the podcast, what I was noticing.
Yeah.
Is he typically someone that you would normally date?
I don't think he's my type.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And what is your normal type?
I don't know how to describe my type. Like I can say like someone's
Like,
not my type,
different.
but I'm like, right. I think my type is maybe more seems a little bit more assertive.
I see what
Maybe
you're saying.
yeah. Like
Yeah.
I think he's super, super nice, but typically like if I went out and a guy like approached me, I want him to be like a little more assertive and maybe like, kind of flirty, or we could have like flirty banter.
Yeah.
I think I'm getting like maybe friend vibes from him.
Okay. You and my sister are very similar because she also is attracted to guys who more so like take the initial
Yes.
step. You know what I mean?
I
And
like
who are
that,
more
yeah.
aggressive. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I can completely understand that.
Right. And I think that's why the first thing I noticed about him was that he seemed a little nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure if I felt like a romantic connection.
I think that's
both
why
of
I
you.
said I think that's why I
You know
said
what I
like I feel the friend vibes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And I can completely understand that. At the end of this, we are going to say if you guys are down to date or not.
Right.
What do you think Frank's going to say?
I think he's gonna say no too.
Yeah?
Because like you said, I think I get the like, oh, you're cool, like you're super sweet, you're cool, but I think he would agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I mean, honestly, if you guys both said not down, that would be the first time in our
Really?
podcast history we've ever had two people
my
that,
God.
just want to be friends.
Yeah.
And that's
yeah.
totally cool.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm very intrigued to see what'll happen. We're going to bring Frank in here.
Okay.
All right. We're going to bring you back a little bit later.
Okay.
Honesty time. All right, Frank. So I'm curious to know, what was your first impression of Leanne?
First impression.
Yes.
Very pretty.
Yeah.
Very kind. I could tell that she was polite, good manners.
I never really hear that, polite and good manners.
Yeah.
I think that does go a long way.
Definitely. Smart. Very smart. I don't know. I don't want to over analyze it because I mean, just met her.
This is true. This is true.
Yeah, she seems like a very cool person.
What's your did you notice like any red flags if you're going through the podcast? Anything that you might think, oh, maybe this isn't the kind of person that I would date?
Yeah, just the fact that she said that she like lost like a lot of her friends. So like I was like thinking, well, what could be the reason for that? You know what I mean? So but I mean, I've been in that situation too. So I mean, I would definitely give her the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, it's hard to know like the history of exactly what happened.
Yeah,
but I can understand your concern.
Yeah, I can. I mean, yeah, for sure.
All right. So I'm curious actually to know, what is your typical type that you like? What are some of the exes you've had, or what's your normal type?
I mean, I don't know. Like, I think if you ask my sister, she'd probably give you a different answer than me.
Yeah.
But I think like fashion oriented, smart, kind, like all those things, funny. But I try to be as open-minded as possible. So like even when I'm talking to somebody, like if they don't have like one of those, like if they weren't fashion oriented, that's definitely not a deal breaker. But if they weren't kind, that's kind of a deal breaker. If they're not funny, I don't know.
Humor is pretty important.
Yeah,
I would say in a relationship.
Like,
I would say one of the most important things in a relationship.
Yeah, it's hard to disagree with that. But I mean, like sometimes like I find that somebody has like a different sense of humor and it kind of rubs off on me, and then I'll start to gain that. So it's not necessarily that she didn't have a sense of humor. It's just that we weren't clicking like that right away, and then that kind of like I kind of get that later. So I mean, I usually don't, like if we're talking about like just like a first date, that's not really as much of a deal breaker as not being kind.
Yeah.
If you're not kind on the first date, like that's
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, and after all, this is the first time you guys have ever met. You guys have only known each other, for 40 minutes? So, it's hard to tell a lot from, like, that amount of time.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully these
sure.
questions helped you know a little bit more. At the end of this, we do ask if you guys are down to date or not. What do you think Leanne's going to say?
Man, I don't know. I think that she seems really nice. Like, I don't know. Like,
were you noticing like romantic vibes or what?
It's so hard to tell.
Yeah, so mysterious. This one, so mysterious.
Yeah, I would say that I think that she would, just because she seems like kind of similar to me, like easygoing and like that type. But then I'm gonna look like a jerk if I say yeah, and then she doesn't want to. So
you never you never know. Okay,
I'll say yeah. I'll say yeah.
All right. We got a solid yeah on the table. All right, we're going to bring Leanne back in the studio. We're going to see if you guys are down to date.
Okay.
Welcome back to the podcast studio. This is the moment of truth. We have Leanne and Frank back in the studio to see if they are down to date. So in front of you guys, you have a card. One side says down, the other side says not. You're going to be showing your camera the side of the card that you choose, and then simultaneously say in your mic, down or not down.
Okay.
For the podcast side of it. All right. So on the count of 3, you guys are going to reveal if you are down to date. You guys ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Not.
Oh
down.
No. Hey, you know what? The one thing that I absolutely love is the complete like honesty and transparency.
Right.
Like when it comes to doing something like this and like putting yourself out there. And you guys only know each other for 40 minutes. So. Oh
my God. Wait, can I just say, like, when I was in here and you weren't, I was like so sure you were also going to say no.
Yeah. I was thinking that like you were going to say no, but I was like,
you thought I was going to say no?
Well, initially, but then I was like, oh, wait, I don't know. So like, just because like your personality is so nice, I was like, she'll probably say yeah. And then I was like.
Oh, wait, you thought I would say yes out of like pity or?
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? You never know. That's one thing that I love about this is like it's always like completely random and you never know. But thank you so much, Leanne. Thank you so much, Frank, for coming on the podcast.
Thank you.
I had so much fun.
I really enjoyed having you guys on here, and Pistachio too. You guys were a part of his debut, his podcast debut. Well, so thank you so much.
Happy to be part of it. Yeah, nice meeting you two. Yeah. You three.
All three of us.
Yeah, all three.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching Down to Date. Tune in next week to see if our next couple is down to date.